Hey guys, I am Game Advisor and welcome back to another Icarus video. Today we're going to be talking about the mission El Camino Expedition. This is a semi-mandatory mission for you to do, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, after you land, you'll have two main options to choose from. The first option is to go ahead and just get a bow if you don't already have the exotic one, that is, and create some basic arrows, again, if you don't already have the exotics, as well as a knife. Just be aware there is going to be a boss at the end of this, and he can two-shot you, especially if you're not good enough, because if you don't know his mechanics, there's a good chance it's going to happen, so do make sure to watch to the end if that's the option you decide to choose. Option 2 is to go ahead and make yourself a couple of decent weapons, some armor, and finally maybe a few stacks of meat or some other form of healing for yourself. Personally, I recommend this as the boss is significantly easier having any form of weaponry other than a bow, but with that being said, once you are prepared with whatever loadout you want to have, then go ahead and head over to the first drop location, which is located here in the Riverlands biome. You will be looking for a crashed drop pod, which can be found easily by its fire that reaches out into the sky. It's not too hard to see through the tree line, so just keep your eyes open for an orange flame or smoke cloud. Be sure to interact with it before you leave though. Usually you could do this with F just like you would with opening any other container. The second location is located here. Once again, do not forget to interact with it before you leave. If you do, you're going to have to make the trek back and it's a huge pain. Finally, you will need to head to the third location, which is a pile of rubble in the desert located here. Now, after you reach this pile of rubble, the boss will start to spawn. Do make sure to be prepared for this because as soon as you walk up to the pile of rubble, it will start the boss encounter. Now, as far as the mechanics of the boss go, it's not really that complex, but what you need to know is that the boss will attempt to bite you, slam, or come up underneath you. Be careful as once again, it can two-shot you or one-shot probably if you don't have any points in health or any armor whatsoever. The trick here is that when it looks directly at you, make sure you start running in one direction consistently, that is not towards it or away from it, but horizontal to it. Otherwise, you will most likely get bit or slammed on, whichever one it decides to do, and it will do this kind of in a rapid fire motion. In our experience, it did it 3 times for the bite and once for the slam, so just be aware of that. Aside from that, continue to juke its attacks as best as you can and start to take it down by aiming for its face. You may notice that if you hit it at the wrong time when it has its teeth closed, it either doesn't take damage or takes reduced damage. Now, after you've hit it enough times, it will eventually decide to run away, and you will then head through a hole in the wall where you will find the final crashed pod. This is going to be right up against the back wall. It should be pretty obvious for you to see. Now, once you go through it, you'll see the crashed pod over there. Once again, a big plume of smoke. It's not too complicated. Again, make sure we interact with it. And once we've done that, congratulations, you've completed the mission and you can go ahead and head back to your personal drop pod and get out of there. Quick little tip, if you want to cheese, or I guess you could even call it cheating in a way, you can run into a cave at the current time and go ahead and use the unstuck button in your escape main menu. This is kind of cheesy, but it does seem to teleport you back to your drop pod area. Personally, I don't like using this as it just feels wrong and almost like you're cheesing the game, but hey, you know what? It's in the game, and until they fix it, you might as well use it. I'll leave that decision up to you. With all that being said, I am Game Advisor. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.